What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ruse Reviews, and today we are chatting about Below by Le French Twins, or the French Twins. So, let's get into this. Haha, yes, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. If you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Rue. I do weird things for a living, including this review channel. And today, as I mentioned, we are chatting about Below by Le French Twins. Yes, those guys, Tony and Jordan, are back again. And you know what? Everything these guys bring out is absolutely brilliant. I'm a huge fan and supporter of their work. I still use Hacker, I still use Icons, I still use Spix. I think it was Spix that they came out with, but they've come up with some really cool stuff because they're technology magicians. They just come up with this amazing stuff that really sits well in this new modern marketplace of magic. And Below is another one of those effects. So, what is Below? Below is an effect that allows you to transform anything you like around you. This could be a card, this could be a banknote, this could be an ID, this could be anything you like. It transforms anything around you by use of your phone's camera. And you can transform this item into pretty much anything you like. The actual app itself is geared towards cards, so you have an inbuilt preset of all of the cards, 52 playing cards, along with other things as well, which I'll get into. But these 52 playing cards are built as a preset, so this allows you to take a card, show that card, pass that card over a phone, and in a moment's notice, that card changes, and they see that happen in the phone screen. The phone screen is on selfie mode, so you can have other people involved in this as well. You can actually sort of wave and show them the phone screen as well. This is all live. Your camera and your phone are in live mode, so everything is captured. And what's happening here is real tech wizardry. In fact, let's just show you guys what this looks like because you guys want to see, right? So here we go. We're going to use my phone here. I'm going to try and film this all in one take. We're going to use my camera. There you go. That's what you guys look like. You didn't know that, did you? It's not a big setup. But that's what you guys look like. We're also going to use the 10 of spades. Let me get that in focus there. Okay, so 10 of spades. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass I'm going to try and get this all in line here. I'm going to pass the 10 of spades over the front of the camera, just like that. Hopefully you guys saw that. But watch what happens here. With a little wave, it starts to look like a different card. Almost like the King of Hearts. And that's a terrible reveal because it's well out of focus. There you go, King of Hearts. So what you saw there was the bare bones basic effect of what you get with Below. It's super cool that that is all already in there. You don't have to do all this work to make it look workable, in my opinion. It's just already there. It's the bare bones basics and all the cards are inbuilt. You also get some jokers, so if you want to go for a sort of Joker is wild plot, you have a coloured Joker and you have a black and white Joker that you can choose from. You also have a few special cards here, so you have a blank card, that's just a blank card that you can pass over and then change it into their signed card or a selected card. You have a blue back, so you can actually change a blue back into a red back or something like that, or you can change the pattern or something on the back of a blue back card. The same with a red back as well, so you have a red and blue option. These are just in bicycle format. You have identity. Now, identity is quite cool because it allows you to it has squiggles on a card, so you have squiggles on a card, and upon moving the squiggles over the screen, they can see it. It can then move back and change into a word or a name. These squiggles sort of morph into a word or a name. There's also a moving pips revelation where you can show the 6 of diamonds on the screen, and in a moment, it just changes and morphs into the 9 of diamonds. All the pips sort of split, and then you take it out and turn it around, and it's the 9 of diamonds. That's really, really cool. I love that these are all inbuilt presets. There's also a red card box and a blue card box, meaning that you can show, I think on the trailer, they show a card box, just a normal card box, and they wave it in front of the camera. And then on the way back, that card box changes to show that their signed card is in the cellophane of the card box. It looks really, really cool. I don't know the full routine in that. I'll go into that in a little bit, but it looks just a really nice visual. The actual reactions on that are crazy. Seeing people freak out, really, really cool. At the moment, this app is for iOS only. Yes, apologies, Android users, but it is an iOS app. There's been many, many reasons for that, all of which I've explained many, many times in the past, and I know why the guys only make it for iOS, and I know why many developers only make it for iOS. However, with the price that iPhones kind of are now on the second-hand market, if you're gonna go out and work magic, just get a second-hand iPhone and take it with you. It's an investment in your performance. Currently, the price of this app, because it's a Black Friday deal on Illusionist, is £40, discounted from £80. So if you're gonna get it, I'd grab it now just to go ahead and save yourself some bucks there. But I think at that price point of 40, it's an absolute steal. At 80, if you're a hobbyist, you might think twice about how you would use this. As a working performer, it's a no-brainer because I use everything the French twins put out. So for me, at 80, I'd still probably buy it, but that's just my own personal preference because I know that within a couple of gigs, I would have made my money back on that app. The beauty of this is it's a 360 change. You can do this completely surrounded. It's visual. How many visual changes can you do completely surrounded with cards? Do you know what I mean? You have like covers with like Erdonase change and stuff like that. Like there's nothing quite like this on the market. Look, even David Blaine has gone ahead and performed this on TV. Actually, when I was sort of going through the trailer and looking, there was something in the David Blaine performance that I was like, oh, is that right? Is that changed? And it turns out that yes, over time, they have adapted the app a little bit to slow down the movement of the card going over the phone. So if you're looking at the David Blaine performance and thinking, oh, hang on a minute, that's not quite the same thing as I'm sort of seeing, it's because they have adapted the app over time to make it a little bit more visible for people to see as the card moves over the phone. And there's also a little bit of a harsh cut between one shot and another shot where he genuinely shows the two of spades in this case and then moves into the app. But obviously within that time frame, there's been a cut, maybe an edit in the TV studio just to clean up a bit of time. But this can all be done in the real world, very easy to do. All you do, show the two of spades, do a top change or whatever as you're chatting, activate the app, bring it back over the phone, and you're into that last phase of the routine. I should also point out, by the way, that this app doesn't use internet. There are the preset cards that you have that you do have to download. So before you go out and do a gig, I would download whatever presets you're using to your phone prior. But once that's downloaded to your phone, you're good to go. You do not need internet to make this work, which for a lot of tech magicians is a godsend. Myself included, I absolutely love that you don't need internet to make this happen. It kind of feels like it's almost a little bit card-to-phony. If you remember Card2Phone, I used to love that app. I still use that app on occasion. Very, very good, very, 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 very visual. But it sort of feels like it's all contained within that app. You don't need to go and join the network or go and make sure you have data or anything like that. It's all just inbuilt and you do not need internet to perform this effect. Now, whilst you get all these inbuilt cards already preset, along with the special cards as well, you also have the option to pre-record your own videos. Now, everything within the app itself is your live camera. And this is so cool. This is like mind-blowing stuff, right? Everything is built into your camera. This is live. You can wave, you can do whatever you want. Everyone can see this as a live feed on your camera. Not a live feed, but you know what I mean. It's a live camera. At some point, you're able to trigger an overlay video, which is a pre-recorded video that allows you to do amazing, amazing things. You can do the cards across plot, you know, the invisible cards across where you take a card and make it go across to the other card. They show this in the tutorial as well. But by pre-recording, you're able to take a card, show it in your hand as you move over your phone, then show that it is gone before applying it in the correct position. It is absolutely mind-blowing. There is a little bit more work that's involved with the pre-recording. You actually have to be in the space that you're using to then go into this effect. You know, you have to be able to pre-record. So if you're doing a stage show or if you're in a venue or something like that, you can pre-record. You might have similar lighting and that kind of thing. You can pre-record these videos whilst you're there or a little bit beforehand. But it doesn't take much with a little bit of brain knowledge and ingenuity to perform absolute miracles using this app. At the end of the tutorial, they talk about doing like a serial reveal revelation, so you can stream your phone. They do this on stage, so you can stream your phone to like a projector on stage, and then you can have them, you can borrow a bill from the audience. Everyone can see the crowd in the audience. You come over, you show the serial number of the bill, and you can do a serial number reveal. So they can take down that number and it is a number, or you can change the number on the bill, or whatever it is. Amazing things you can do with this app, and it's all live. You're all in control of these changes. Another effect they mentioned is Michael Murray's The Solution, which is an effect that I use daily. That effect itself has paid my bills for years now, so bless up Michael Murray for that. But yeah, The Solution is an absolute killer effect, and you're able to pre-record a video. So if you guys know how The Solution works, spectator solves a Rubik's Cube behind their back. With this, you're actually able to film them, and imagine this still going on the stage and projecting behind you. You're able to film the spectator from behind, solving that Rubik's Cube before coming out again, still on a live feed, and then bringing the Rubik's Cube over their head and showing that they have indeed solved it. It is absolutely brilliant. The actual thinking behind this app, that's where I think I always trip up and sort of get excited, really excited about things like this, because it's the thinking behind the app that just makes my mind blown. The tutorial itself is 19 minutes long. That's very specific. Let's call it 20. 20-minute long tutorial, and it's just Tony and Jordan. They're in the studio and they're going through the basics of the app, how to set it up, what you need to do. In fact, when you get the app, there's a lot of kerfuffle on Facebook about how do I get this set up? How do I get this set up? It's very easy. You just follow the instructions. You get a serial number or a license key and an email, and that's your password to get into the app. There's a little bit of setup to do with that, and along with getting into the app, you have to take a couple of screenshots and that kind of thing. Kind of basic stuff that you need to do with any app. So just follow the instructions and you'll be fine. The tutorial then moves into the basic performance and how to do the basic performance, which again, super cool, very easy to do. I think most people, myself included, are probably going to stick with the basic performance for a while to get used to the app and how it works, because it just kind of elevates something as simple as a double lift, okay? That's all you really need to know to perform the basic routine. Obviously, there's a little bit of timing and definite work that needs to be done on a performance, but it is so simple, it just elevates a standard double lift in the basic performance. So even if you're going to use it for just that, such a cool thing to use it for. This is also very reminiscent to me of Overlaid by David Penn. I still use that app a lot. I think it's very cool. But yeah, this has some similarities in the sort of thinking of how new technology works within Magic. As I say in the tutorial, you also learn the cards across video where you have to pre-record your own video. Again, very cool, but just takes a little bit of work to get it exactly how you'd want it to be. And then finally at the end, it is just those little ideas, extra ideas like the bill and the Rubik's Cube, Michael Murray's The Solution. Those things are sort of added at the end as well. The one thing that I do wish there was more, I wish the tutorial was longer. I think that's the only gripe I have with any of the French Twin stuff. I love what they put out and I love their stuff, but most studio tutorials that I've seen from them are so short. I love them on camera. Both of those guys completely sell an effect to me. They have a great rapport on camera. They really engage with you as the buyer. But yeah, I just wish their tutorials were longer, even half an hour, 40, you know, it doesn't have to be 40 minutes, but just a little bit more to expand on what they've created, because you don't even get the explanation for the special cards in here, right? So you don't get an explanation of what they do or how they use it in the trailer, because in the trailer you see all these amazing reactions from other effects that are within the app, but they're not shown in the tutorial, which they may do at a later date. I wish they would. So yeah, Jordan, Tony, if you're watching, if you do put out more tutorials later, absolutely killer. But yeah, it'd just be so cool if that was already included within the app. But that is my only nitpick and sort of gripe, because I'm a reviewer and I have to sort of dig to see if I can find any fault, and there aren't many with this. But yeah, if everything was included in that main tutorial, it would have been so much easier. My only other nitpick as well is that the card itself, whilst it looks great, can sometimes not look so realistic, right? When the card is passing over the phone, it sometimes doesn't look as realistic. And I think it might be due to the fact of how the pacing is of the card. Now, when I spoke to when I emailed them and spoke to them about the David Blaine thing, they were like, oh, okay, we've slowed it down a little bit so that people could focus on the card more. If you had an option to change the speed of that card going across the screen, that would be an amazing addition to this app, because I feel that with a little bit more speed, it would kill some of that fakeness about the card. It doesn't look so fake, but it's just something to bear in mind when performing this. If you're performing this for tech crowds or performing it in sort of tech savvy events, it's just one thing to note. So if there was an option to be able to speed up that card, or maybe, yeah, just adapt the speed a little bit, that'd be really cool to have within the app as well, I think. Oh, I forgot to mention there's actually a variation in the tutorial from Doug McKenzie as well, where the spectator holds the card, you move the phone under the card, and then the card changes in their hands and they turn it over. Very, very cool. Very, very nice addition. So yeah, there's not much more for me to say about this, guys. I absolutely love everything the French Twins put out. This has been apparently 3 years in the making. You can tell that they put so much work into their apps and the efforts behind the community that they've built up around their apps and their work. I know they're very, very active in like Facebook and those sort of groups. So I always make sure to support independent creators like these guys because they are literally changing the game within Magic, right? I literally love everything they're doing because I'm a tech magician myself and I love seeing how tech is progressing within Magic. So really, really cool. Absolutely love this app. Guys, well done, Tony and Jordan. Absolute triumph once again. And you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next series of reviews. Ciao.